Okay, y'all, I told y'all I will always come to y'all at the end of my walk or done with my walk. I am done with my walk. I told you I was changing some things up from the last Walk-A-Holic challenge. Instead of, constantly um, doing the walk and going live. It was easier for me to actually do it towards the end instead of staying live the whole entire walk and either losing service or something. So we are at day 9. Hopefully you all are keeping up with the Walk-A-Holic challenge. I see some of you all are doing very well. That is so exciting. Great shout out to you all that is taking this seriously. Make sure you check out the healthy portion with Honey Lot, my beautiful sister over at Honey's Healthy Life on her channel. Her email is honeyshealthylife@gmail.com, so that you can, not only while you're getting out there and doing the walking, you're also getting the fitness portion, getting the healthy eat portion of it. You're losing those inches, those unwanted pounds, and learning how to eat healthy. I know you all coming back from a holiday. Some of you all that was in the military had a 4-day. That sucks. I used to hate that, when you had a long 4-day and then you had to come back to work and you just dragging butt. Yeah, that really sucks. So just imagine being retired and you just, instead of getting up and going down to the back office, you just pull that laptop over and just work from that laptop in your room, doing work and stuff. Yeah. But other than that, I'm glad to see you all are taking it serious. Get your scores in. I've received some scores, so go ahead and get your first week scores in so I can put it on the tracker. And remember, only one person can win that Fitbit, but everybody that participated will get a gift for participating. I know it's cold out there. Some people don't want to get out there and do the walk in the cold, but one thing I can tell you is, when you start walking and you start going around that track, that cold evaporates because you're going to heat up real quick. It's mind over matter. That's what we used to always tell ourselves when we had to show up at 30 in the morning in that snow during PT. And we be out there shivering, but once we start our stretching exercises, our warming exercises, and going to the physical strengthening portion, all that went out the window. Because you warm and heat up real fast, and you be so hot, you be coming out the jacket, and it be below 0 or extremely cold, and you don't even realize it. You got on just a t-shirt, got on just your shirt, and no jacket, because that's how hot you be out there in that cold. And imagine doing that 5 days a week. And being on the trail, with you on the trail, imagine doing that 6 days a week, because you had to go in with your soldiers that had that PT on that Saturday. So it's mind over matter. Always remember that. If you don't mind doing it, it don't matter. Okay? I was reading a story, and this story kind of caught my interest. And I'll just go in and say this. 35-year-old Rashawn Lamar Wilson, a pastor in Charleston, was charged with domestic violence of a high and aggravated nature after strangling a pregnant woman, causing her to fall and hit her head at a downtown church. Why are we putting our hands on a woman, period, let alone a pregnant woman? Wilson was given a $20,000 surety bond. You know, when I hear surety bond, many companies that have to have a surety bond, those are bonds that is promised to the company from the guarantor to pay another party should that company happen to be found negligent or liable in something, or fail to fulfill their obligated contract with that party. But in his case, his surety bond is a bond that Mr. Wilson was given to be released on as long as he followed the conditions of the court and made all his scheduled appearances for the charges that he received, and was given a no contact order that he can't go nowhere near the victim or leave the state. But the problem with this is the victim and Mr. Wilson is connected to each other because she has a child that she's carrying in her belly from him. Yes, she is pregnant by him. 8 weeks to be exact. So the altercation took place when she went up there to the church to drop the kids off to Mr. Wilson. And from there, they both began to have an argument, and he placed his hands around her neck and choked her unconscious, where she fell to the ground and hit her head. And when she became conscious again, she's the one that called 911 and went to the hospital. But the witness that was there stated that she seen both the victim and Mr. Wilson standing near her car, near the victim's car. And first they was talking, and then they went around the corner of the church and she could see them no more until maybe 4 or 5 minutes later or something thereof. The victim reappeared, disoriented, disheveled, blood on her forehead, dirt on her, leaves on her. And so, allegedly, what the victim said was Mr. Wilson got mad and lunged at her, and that's what he put his hands around her and choked her unconscious. If you got to get so mad that you got to put your hands on, whether it's woman or male, wouldn't it be simple just to walk away? But y'all got a kid on the way, a baby on the way. Did you not think that choking her, cutting off her air, also cuts off the oxygen to the baby? Do we not think about this? Are we not using our right frame of mind when it comes to things like that, it's not that serious. The Charleston investigator officer, in a statement towards Wilson, stated that he had shown extreme indifference to the value of human life and that he would reasonably cause a person to fear or either great bodily injury or death. That woman could have suffered a severe concussion, probably could not have regained consciousness, the lack thereof oxygen to that baby. In that brief moment of time, you don't even know that little bit of damage that may have been caused to that unborn fetus. $20,000 bond to me is not enough, especially when we're dealing with an unborn baby. That is not enough. I don't care how the law look at it. You put your hands on someone, you deserve a higher price, especially a pregnant woman. You deserve more than a $20,000 bond. There is nothing that should get you that mad. But you're a pastor at that. A pastor. So, what image did you set for yourself in the eyesight of your congregation? In front of the people as a pillar in your community? You hear about these pastors all the time. And it's sad. So, what are you going to say when you get up there in front of that pulpit and go to preaching about how wrong it is on domestic violence? On how wrong it is to put your hand on someone, on how wrong it is to live in sin, on how wrong it is to commit these sins, how wrong it is to commit all these crimes when you yourself did it on the mother of your unborn child. I'm not going to beat that horse in the head because he's going to get beat up bad enough by the media, by the people of his community, and by the man upstairs who, not me, got to judge him, because I'm not going to judge him. He going to have to answer that to a higher power. In the comment section, tell me your views and thoughts on that. I'd really like to hear what you got to say on this pastor out of Charleston when it comes to abuse, the jeopardy of an unborn fetus. I will be going live tonight at 7 o'clock discussing a story that was in my hometown. Well, actually, it was maybe 15 minutes up the road in my hometown on a baby where he was found dead. And the issues that came with that, accusing the mother of killing her son. And did the real killers get away with it? One is even a professional player. I'll bring that story to you tonight at 7 o'clock. Tune in. I will have the call-in lines open so that you can call in and express your views, thoughts, and opinions on it. I will also come to you this week on another story on Al Hawaii Robinson's father, who she was just found dead. Y'all know, when it comes to these babies, when it comes to the system, when it comes to the parents, we are our children's protectors. Sorry. If you can't care for them, there's people out there lovingly who can. And unfortunately, it's these babies that's paying the price for it. When it comes to the system itself, I'm a big advocate against it. How can you be a part of it and against it? Just because you're a part of it don't mean you have to agree with it. Just because I wore the suit for 20 plus years don't mean I agree with everything. I can sit and I can talk on things that people have the misconception on. When you have a misconception on a lot of things, that's where the misunderstanding come from. Will the system do right when it comes to this pastor who put his hands on his mother due to the skin, their color of their skin? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? We do know this. The system works for some and it don't work for all. That's one thing for sure we do know. I said several times before, we all come from different walks of life. And that's why I love the knowledge, the education, and the teaching that I get from the people that I meet who are older than me, because they have seen a little bit more than me, experienced a little bit more than me, and have a little bit more knowledge than I. What I went through made me be more severe of what they went through. So learning, understanding, and educating, I could never put my foot or shoe in their footprint, because every footprint is a different size. But I can respect their path and their travel they have gone. We, as individuals, have a story to tell. And our story to tell is our own trials and our own tribulations. What my trial and my tribulation is, it's not the same as somebody else's trial and tribulation. What someone else's trial and tribulation is not the same as the next individual trial and tribulation. Because the incidents of those trials and tribulations are different. I could never live in my past, because it's just that, my past. But I learned from it. I grew from it. I moved on from it. And I'm blessed from it. I can't really coach, teach, and or mentor you on how to move on from domestic abuse, how to move on from alcoholism, how to move on from drugs, how to move on from pretty much anything if that's not what you're willing to do on the inside. Everything starts with self-perseverance. One thing my aunt has always taught me, I have an aunt in Gainesville. She is a clinical licensed psychologist. Never teach. Never counsel if you don't have the credentials to do it. That's something you never want on you should something go awry. You can always talk about your experience, but you can never counsel on how to move on from it. And somewhere along the line, people can relate to your experience. I talked about on Drop Channel, on Logic Channel, this was back in February last year. And every blue moon I might mention it. And even in my uploads back last year, I want to say around about March time frame or something like that. Some of the uploads I put on private on the things that I experienced walking away from abuse. And the reason I put those on private or don't really elaborate too much on it, because I won't live in the past, especially when I'm over it. If I'm living now and living for the future, I won't elaborate on it. When you take 3 steps backwards, you have to take just as many, if not more, to move forward. You hear me say, I can't cut my blessings short, because when I go into my aunt and uncles and my family members' houses, they always had footprints. They always had that hanging. And I will always stop and read it. And I read it for a reason. Because when you carry it over your trials and tribulations, those are the footprints that you leave behind. And I got to leave those footprints behind because I refuse to look back. I won't look back. I look for the now. And I look for the future. I had a wonderful conversation with this individual. And I love having this conversation with this individual because we always talk about looking forward and not looking backwards. And I wholeheartedly respect her Because one, she way older than me. Two, she's experienced more in life. Our stories are different, but how we survive them are the same. And I have so much respect for her because it's always positive and moving forward. Hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look forward to doing this. We're going to, what do you think about doing this? And it's always something positively to gain out of it. I've always been one that I cling to people way much older. And what I mean by way much older, who's like 5, 10 years older than me. Because the wisdom, the knowledge, and the growth is so much more to me that they allow me to pick their brain. They have no problem answering my 1,000,001 questions. And I respect that. I graduated in 1989. And I started college in 1989. But prior to that, I seen a lot. And after that, I experienced a lot. Those experiences made me grow. Made me wake up. Made me walk away. And when I walked away, I didn't turn around and I didn't look back. For some of the things that I experienced. I thank God for the beautiful kids that I have. The understanding to know that I raised some great, awesome kids that is married, got their own family, some in the military, college, running the business. And I say, many are struggling to get out of 3 kids, one of them across the stage. This ain't no bragging. This ain't nothing, because some people will take this and run with it. This is me thanking God for saying, I'm honored to be able to have all of my kids' diplomas sitting out there on my trunk. Walking across the stage with millennium kids, that is very hard. It's a struggle trying to keep them in school. But the one thing I said with my children, there was not going to be statistics. Not of the system. No, there wasn't. I wasn't going to allow that. So I kept them busy. And with the person that I talk to all the time, our stories are the same. How she kept her son actively involved. How he wasn't going to become part of the system. And that's an honor to have conversations like that. How we made those sacrifices when it came to sports, when it came to after school activities, when it came to anything, no matter the cost. The children always came first. You know, I didn't enjoy life until my kids actually got in the 11th grade, because it was all about my children. Yeah, I would go to my sororities and go to the charities and stuff, but I always had the kids because it was always something for the kids to do as well. I always had them with me, so they always was involved. Mama, do we got to do this? Yes, baby, you do. Oh, Mama, you know I just had track practice. Yeah, I know. Oh, Mama, you know I had football practice. Yeah, I know. Oh, Mama, you know I had basketball practice. Yeah, I know. We got to go do this. I didn't enjoy being part of a motorcycle club or any of that until after my kids was in the 12th grade. And yeah, they were steps by one graduated, the other one graduated, the other one graduated, the other one graduated. 7 kids is a lot. To wait till you had 5 graduated before you even start enjoying life. Because I didn't want to be a failure. And I wanted to be a part of their life. I needed to know I was that mom who I was all in their business. When we get them all together, I'm going to actually do a live with them so that they could actually tell you how I was. The kids hated I was all in their business. They had no business. None. They had none. I knew everything. I go through dresser drawers, underneath the beds, in the closets. I wanted to know. But I learned a lot from them, especially my boys, after some years later, a couple years ago, the boys were sitting there telling me, Mama, yeah, you'll drop us off at the front door. But you sure didn't see some of the stuff we was doing. But they never got caught on a lot of that stuff. Boys will be boys. That's one thing I do know. Boys will be boys. And I don't care how much of a leash you put on them. They're going to be boys. But it was the boy things of doing. So, I can't say I was a bad mom. I can't say that I didn't know what they was doing. I just couldn't sit in the classrooms with them all day. Sometimes I'll pop up. My husband was notorious for that. Just popping up in the classroom on them. The girls didn't like that. I did it to the boys, and my husband did it to the girls. But I am grateful. And I'm honored. And I'm truly blessed that no matter what they was doing, they never made me a grandmother while in school. Out of all our kids, my son had his first child a year after he graduated. And the second to the oldest daughter, no, well, out of 3 girls, the second to the oldest daughter of the 3 girls had her first child 2 years after she graduated, while she was supposed to go in the military. And she had to pee in the cup and find out she was pregnant. She was real hurt behind that. So we, oh, you gonna have that baby. She ain't like that. Oh yeah, you gonna have that baby. You got a beautiful granddaughter. Nala is so beautiful. I don't talk about my granddaughters because they're they're my hearts. My grandboys, they're my babies. My grandkids, yeah, I love them to death. Kids say I love them more than I love them. But I love them all. And I give them the world. Right now I'm just rambling and still walking because I don't know why. You have to move forward. And I think the positive people who have been a major impact. Okay, I called him back. That's my baby. I thank them for being a very positive impact when it comes to growth. When it comes to education. When it comes to just talking in general. Whether we talking about wine, business, mainly business. Cause anybody know me, I own 2 businesses. That's not a secret. That's not something I gloat about to throw it in anybody's face. It is what it is. I own 2 businesses. I'm proud of it. I work hard for it. And I'll be proud of anybody else that work hard for theirs. Because that affords me the opportunity to help when someone's doing a challenge, someone's trying to do a sponsor, someone's trying to do anything. Because that's what I like to do. And you notice I said I, not anybody else. I like to do. But it's very sickening when someone could take your life and condemn it. What you work hard for and condemn it. But they don't look at you do the same thing. (2019) I can say has turned out to be a very wonderful and blessed year for many of us. I feel real good knowing that I was able to open up a door for someone. I feel real good knowing that our organization was able to pick up more people to help. I feel real good knowing that I'm able to wake up and breathe. The very day that I'm sitting here talking to y'all. And pray that I'm able to do that tomorrow. You know, my dad called me Sunday night as I was entering my drawing on That Girl Can Draw. Please, if you're not subscribed to her, subscribe to her. Because she has positive things going on that channel. Like her drawing challenges. The next drawing challenge that's coming up is a fireplace. Get in on that. And I was submitting my drawing. And my dad called me, and he called to tell me about church and what the pastor was talking about. But during that whole conversation, I was really feeling sick because I had the grandkids and had took them back earlier. And apparently one of them probably had the bug, but I ended up catching it. And I really wasn't feeling good. And I was talking to him. And when I had got the message that I had won, I had got off the phone with him. And then my daughter had called. And I couldn't really talk to her long. And I got sick while talking to her and was throwing up. I actually had to go to the hospital because I was throwing up and started throwing up blood too. So my husband took me out there because the blood was the one that started scaring him. But I had a virus that the doctors and them said need to take its course, run through. So I was drinking 7-Up yesterday. All day yesterday, and I feel better. Feel a lot better. And you know, anytime you go through the major severe throw-ups and all that stuff, you're so sore, your stomach and everything, your body just aching and sore. But I feel better now. But I give thanks because Honey was like, hey, I ain't seen you. You okay? And when I told her what was wrong, she was like, oh, no. You need to go get this. You need to go get that. Put this on your stomach. This will help. I mean, she immediately jumped into nurturing mode. And even though she's a healthy guru, everything she told me to get wasn't healthy. And she said, that's going to settle your stomach. And she kept checking on me, making sure I was okay. Telling my husband, make sure she okay. Make sure she take this. And the things that she said get, my husband went up there and got them immediately. And I'm grateful for that, honey life. I really am. And I love you to death for that. Make sure y'all subscribe to her. Because she's part of the healthy challenge. Okay? And she's Honey's Healthy Life at gmail.com. And she's Honey's Healthy Life channel. I want to give a few thanks to my little brothers, Straight Dropping Logic. Y'all keep it coming. Good content. Very great content. Awesome. Don't change your course. Keep it coming. I went on Lisa Lewis. She you know I got the smooth. Honey like talked me into the smooth. I went on her page And she has the singing on there. And I like that. You have a lot of channels out there that's doing a lot of positive things out here. Don't just stay stagnant. You show support, they will show support back. That is a guarantee. They will support back. But if the people are not supporting you back, that's because you're not supporting them. That is a guarantee. But what you have to understand that outside of this YouTube, people do have lives. And they can't always come and support you. They can't always come on YouTube. Take that into consideration as well. I have my big brother who check on me just about every day or every other day. I'm still trying to catch him. I wish he had a channel. I would be in his live every day, all day. You got K Money with the positive speaking. I love when she do her uploads on that. You got, y'all please charge it to my brain and not my heart. Because I'm really sitting here walking and trying to think all at the same time. You got a lot of channels out there. A lot of them who does they little miniature uploads. And they have a lot of positiveness on it. I love the crime coverage that Miss Independent does. I love that. See, that right there, always going to be near and dear to my heart. Because any and everybody that know me know I have a degree in criminal justice. So when it comes to the criminal system, that always going to be near and dear to my heart. So I love when Miss Independent is covering those crimes. I love that. I absolutely love that. Anybody who you have Gray Hughes that covers that. You have quite a few channels that cover. And I'm telling you, if it has anything to deal with crime, I'm going to be right there in it. Because the system, the criminal system, is something that I love to be a part of. I be, when they talking about the system, I be over at Nala when they covering it. I have my girl, the educated smoker, who be going in on it. I love that. You know, it's all about getting out and exploring what's out there. I've met a lot of people that when it comes to talking about the system in general, they do a lot of great talk all over, period. And I absolutely love that. Then I love my comedies. Cause I be all up in the little comedy channels, laughing my butt off when I'm able to get on here. I guess what I'm really trying to say is everybody have a chance to grow in their own special way. And with what they bring to the table. Because no one foot could fit one person's footprint. Keep that in mind. Okay? This your girl, Miss Classy. who gonna always bring some peace, love, and wisdom, no matter what. And hopefully you will see it as positivity and not negativity. Y'all have a blessed one, okay? Because I gotta go. But let me know what you think about Mr. Wilson in the comment section.